So, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And welcome back to the Daily Download. Thank you guys all for being here. And I hope that you really had an enjoyable, really exciting, happy new year, and that you were able to spend it with people that you love and care about, and really, kind of reconnect with yourself. I definitely did. My dear friend Mary was here with her wonderful family in Mexico City. We had a great time leading up to the holidays, and then for the holidays, my family, my Mexican family, we took a little adventure out to this little village. And this little village is an ancient archaeological site in which the ancient Toltecs have all of these incredible energy. It's incredible energy. But the Toltecs, if any of you read any of Don Miguel Ruiz's books, for example, the Four Agreements, they all come from ancient Toltec wisdom. So it was really, really amazing to connect with that culture and that energy, especially. And it all has kind of brought something up for me that I have kind of like meditated on, like, what's the theme of 2026? What is the theme? I will say for me, I've been meditating on what it means for me, and what it means and what I would like to share and what I would like to expand in our worlds moving forward. And as they say, ask and you shall receive. You always, always, always can trust that the universe has always got your back. I wanted to share something with you that I came across yesterday, actually. Ron Garan, apparently an astronaut who spent 178 days aboard the International Space Station, said that, I'm paraphrasing, by the way. He said that, we've gotten it all wrong here on Earth, right? He says that from that perspective, from where he was, he said, you witness the planet, witness planet Earth in its fragility, he says. You see it up close, a thin blue atmosphere shielding all life, lightning storms flashing across continents, and auras rippling over the poles. And that view reshaped his understanding of humanity's place in the universe and exposed how disconnected our priorities have become. He goes on to say, he said, we've gotten it all wrong, right? Instead of placing economy and and all of these other things, hierarchy, the true hierarchy should be our planet and our connection to each other. Because from where he was looking at this planet, there's no borders, there's no nations, there's no division. There's just one delicate home drifting through space. The lines that we fight over here on Earth do not exist from the higher dimensions. What this invited me to remind myself and to kind of connect to what I believe the theme of 2026 is for me, and I will speak about it a lot this year, is looking at our lives from the big picture. From the big picture, take anything that you may have going on in your life or anything that came up for you in 2025 and just zoom out. Zoom out so far and wide and see, what was the point of all that stress? What was the point of all that worry? What was the point of that war, that bloodshed, that hatred? What was the point of that resentment that I carried on? And as we zoom out to see the big picture, we actually can see that none of it really matters, right? That we are just one microcosm of beings working together to create this earth. And so I leave that with you for today to kind of contemplate and meditate on. If ever you feel like the clock is ticking too fast, or that you're so overwhelmed with all the things that you feel like you have to do, you have to accomplish, you have to be, just zoom out and see the big picture. And let's all collectively remember that without this earth, There's no place for you to live in this third plane dimension. There's no home, if you will. Our souls are here temporarily in this physical form. And Vienna, my teacher, always says that, the greatest thing that she's understood about when she communicates with higher vibrational beings is they all say, "Oh, I miss having a body." And Vienna says, "What do you mean? What do you miss about having a body?" And they say, "Pleasure. I miss pleasure. I miss the taste of food, the feel of a hug, the experience of emotion, a tear running down my face." And Vienna says, "What, you don't have these beyond in the spirits, the angels, the guides, the masters, our ascended ancestors?" They say, "No. The earth is the only place with which you experience those things, those pleasures. In essence, those are the things that make us human." Right? So while we're here, we get to have all these great experiences of pleasure. Don't forget them. Don't deny yourself them. Enjoy them. But remember that the earth with which you stand on is the only place with which you can experience these energies. Okay? So we've got to remember to also take care of this earth as well. Okay? So I want to dedicate today's daily download to all of my family and friends, my soul family and friends in Iran. Okay. If you don't know what's going on in Iran, please do some research. We are on the verge of a revolution. And I don't know if I've shared with you guys, I'm pretty sure that I have, but I am blessed to have a community of thriving, powerful, potent women in Iran that I have the blessing of mentoring and teaching and just really being a part of. And they're so incredible and they're so amazing. And what's been unfolding the last few days is really kind of unprecedented. And so please, please, please send your love and your healing to all these people in Iran who are fighting for their freedom. Remember, remember that we cannot take that for granted. Okay, so today, this is for you. Let's close our eyes and find ourselves in our heart. And as we do so, let's just become really present here. Take a minute and let's ask, connect, share a prayer of gratitude. Creator of all that is, source, light, universe, we thank you for everything. Oh, amen. Now close your eyes and find yourself in your heart. Let's begin today by taking 3 deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And now let's shift our energy to the center of the earth. And as we shift our energy to the center of the earth, let's imagine this beautiful energy swirling around in the center of the earth. And as we do so, let's imagine that energy scooping up fresh earth energy, coming up through the soles of our feet, through our ankles, our calves, our knees, and our thighs, and traveling up through all of our chakras and popping up outside the top of our head and forming a beautiful ball of light. And now switch your perspective into this ball of light. And imagine this ball of light traveling up out of the space that you're in, higher and higher and higher and faster and faster and faster. Imagine that ball of light lifting you up out past Earth's atmosphere, out in outer space, out through different planets and galaxies in the Milky Way, and higher and higher and higher beyond there, out into different layers of light, some light and some dark. Through those layers, out into a beautiful golden-like light, and through the golden-like light into a jelly-like substance light, And through the jelly like substance light into a beautiful pink haze, which is the law of compassion. And through the law of compassion, you enter into the seventh plane of all that is, the plane of creation, of oneness, and of complete totality. From here, we'll ask for some downloads for the group today. And as a reminder, all you have to do is say yes to receive them. If you're joining for the first time, this is a theta healing meditation. You're in a theta brainwave. From here, we get to access the subconscious mind, thoughts, feelings, emotions, and experiences that have formed and created beliefs. We change our beliefs, we change our reality. So let's see what we've got here today. I'm just seeing all of us as astronauts. Imagine what it would be like to be an astronaut, floating through space, looking back at this earth. What is it that you acknowledge? Can you have a greater sense of gratitude for this planet that we are on? Can you see that all of those things that we've made so trivial, they're just a speck of dust in time? So, would you like to know what it feels like to hold this perspective all the time? To be mindful of how we get caught up into the traumas and the traumas of our world? Would you like to know what it feels like to release yourself from that stress, from that worry, from that anxiety? If you'd like that, say yes. And would you like to know what it feels like, looks like, tastes like, smells like, sounds like, and is to honor the resilience of the creator of all that is? And by honoring the resistance to the by honoring the creator of all that is and letting go of the resistance, we see that everything is connected. Would you like to know what it feels like, looks like, tastes like, smells like, sounds like, and is in every single cell of your body to welcome change? To know that you're worthy of welcoming change into your life, into the world, into every single atom and molecule of your being. And would you like to know what it feels like, looks like, tastes like? Oh my God, we're having an earthquake here in Mexico. Oh, that's strange. Talk about change. Wow. Okay, so let's download each and every one of us with unconditional love and unconditional light, protection and healing. Oh my goodness. Okay, I have to go. Bye, guys. And more. There's an earthquake.